Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Suddenly Super here on the channel. We are into chapter 5. Let's get into it. When Violet awoke on the sofa, she had no idea what time it was. All was quiet except for the ticking of the clock on the living room wall. Her back hurt from twisting herself into a pretzel to fit on the sofa, and TV was glowing in the darkened room. She had what looked like mashed potatoes crushed in her trousers and a pea in her hair. The rest of Saturday came back to her. 9 million Jack naps and bottles and nappy changes, a quick trip to the park that ended when it rained, not leaving her time to pass by Carrie's house, and then a dinner for leftovers, which were now smeared on the furniture as well as Violet's trousers. Mum would not be amused. Speaking of Mum, she hadn't called to check on them at all. Violet had waited up for her on the sofa and fallen asleep. Mum had said she might be home late, but through the closed blinds, Violet could see the faint glow of the brightening sky outside the window. Was it morning already? Violet sat up. Dash was scrunched up on one of the other chairs, snoring under a blanket. And what was that lying on the floor next to him? Violet squinted to see. Was that the homing device? Had he stolen it back? Dash! She growled to herself. He was not easy. She remembered they'd had a fight at bedtime when Dash wanted to wait up for Mum. Apparently Dash had won that round, or sneaked back down to wait when Violet had fallen asleep. What time was it? Violet looked at the clock. It was 6:15 a.m. Where was Mum? Violet stood up quietly, her heart starting to flutter. Mum would have called her she was not going to make it back the same day. She never left them alone overnight before. What did Mum say to do if she wasn't back? Violet tried to remember. Call Lucius. But she couldn't call Lucius's house at 6:15 in the morning. Maybe she's home and went to bed without awaking me. Violet headed downstairs, her bare feet quiet on the carpeted steps. Mum and Dad's bed was empty. Trying not to worry, she hurried downstairs again, passing a snoring Dash, grabbed the homing device, and went to Dad's office to see if she had missed anything. Maybe Mum wrote down where Dad's conference was so she could call there and ask for his room. Try not to worry. It was not time to try the comms link yet. How could she have been so mad at Mum when she failed to ask her something this important? Violet pushed the papers on the desk aside, sliding several off the table. A small white card with a phone number sat underneath the stack. The word Mirage was printed in big block print on a thick piece of cardstock. What was Mirage? What was the name of Dad's conference? Violet put the card down for a moment and kept looking. There had to be something she was missing. She opened 2 desk drawers, finding nothing but pens, loose leaf paper, and a yellow pad with Mr. Incredible pictures on it. In the photograph, her dad's hair was much fuller and his hairline lower. Not that she'd ever tell him that. She closed the drawer with a thud and looked around the room again, spotting the unitard Dash had given her yesterday on the desk. She'd forgotten all about it. Violet nudged it with a finger and the suit disappeared. She touched the space where the suit was again, and it reappeared. Dash was right. This unitard was cool, and it was clearly made for her. But why? Curious, she wondered for a moment what it would feel like on. She glanced towards the open door. She could still hear Dash snoring and the faint hum of the TV. She was having to get a moment of peace to try it on. It was now. Quickly, she stepped out of her pajama bottoms and slipped the suit on, wiggling into it. The unitard fit like a glove, not too tight, not too loose. The fabric was breathable. The question was, would it disappear when she was in it? There was only one way to find out. She closed her eyes, thinking of Tony and what happened at the party. Within seconds, she felt herself begin to fade away. Violet? Dash appeared in the doorway. You in here? He couldn't see her. The suit was invisible. She couldn't help but being impressed. Dash looked in the room a moment longer, grabbed the homing device again, then walked away. Violet reappeared, staring at the suit again in wonder. Mum, why did you make this for me? That's when she heard a beep. Across the room, a red light blinked on top of a small machine sitting on a folding table next to Dad's desk. Violet looked closer and saw a button that said play, rewind, pause, delete. The device looked like a bit like a radio in the living room. Violet remembered Dad showing this to her once. Said it was a voice recorder from his office. Used to reach him if he didn't pick up the phone. He called it an answering machine. Violet pressed play. Violet? Mum's voice was loud and clear, the hum of what could be an engine or static rumbling in the background. Mum, Violet whispered. When had she left this? Was it when she and Dash were yelling at each other after Jack tossed a whole bowl of pasta at them at lunch and they had to wipe it off the walls? You're not answering the phone, so I'm sure you're busy with the boys, but I wanted to leave you a message. I'm sure you'll find this when you get my note about Jack's schedule. Hang on to that note, it could be helpful. And Mum paused. I wanted to say I'm sorry about how we left things last night. I shouldn't have yelled at you about disappearing at the party. I know you didn't ask for this gift, but you have it and you're going to have to get used to it. I just want you to remember you have more power than you realise. You need to learn how to control it. Don't think and don't worry. If the time comes, you'll know what to do. It's in your blood. Click. If the time comes, you'll know what to do. What did that mean? Was Mum talking about her powers? Violet didn't want to learn how to use them. She just wanted to be normal. Why couldn't Mum accept that? The message was nice. At least Mum wasn't still mad at her. But it would have been great if she had said something useful, like where Dad's conference was and why she wasn't back yet. Violet checked the Mr. Incredible wall clock in the office. It was now close to 7. Was it still too early to call Lucius? You're in here? Dash appeared in the doorway. The left side of his face had red sofa cushion marks on it. Hey, you're wearing the suit. Violet crossed her arms. It did nothing to hide her appearance. I was just trying it on. I'm taking it off and putting it back before Mum gets home. Dash pulled at the collar of his blue striped pyjamas, revealing the red suit underneath. I still have mine on too. Jack slept in his. Violet growled. Dash! Where's Mum? He asked, cutting her off. Why isn't she back yet? Violet's palms began to sweat. She'll be back soon. I thought she was supposed to be home last night. Did you say she was coming home last night, Violet? Didn't you? Violet took a deep breath. She's on her way home. She is. Violet nodded. I hope. I'm sure she is. But you don't know for sure. Dash started to look worried. Did you call Dad? Where is Dad's conference anyway? Upstairs, they heard babbling. The baby was awake. Go get Jack, Violet said, hoping the distraction would buy her time. She threw her shirt over the suit and pulled the pyjama bottoms back on. She'd have to take the suit off later. Dash made a face. Oh, why do I have to change his nappy? You're the one in charge. I am, which is why I'm telling you to go get him, Violet said. No. Dash, Violet warned, her whole body warming up. She had to make a force field to get him to do what she wanted. She would try to. No. Violet stepped towards him and the doorbell rang. They looked at each other. Mum! Dash went running down the hall to the front door. Dash, wait! Mum wouldn't use the doorbell. Violet shouted as Dash peered through the peephole. It's not Mum, he whispered when Violet caught up to him. It's a lady. A lady? Violet frowned. Is it Mrs. Caruso? Nope, she's tall and younger. She's wearing jeans. She doesn't look like her mum. Don't open the door, she instructed. Violet Pa, if you can hear me, open this door. Violet and Dash looked at one another. Your parents sent me. Please open the door. You're in danger. Danger? Dash's eyes widened at the word. Before Violet could even think things through, her brother was throwing open the door and a tall, slender woman with mousy brown hair was rushing through it, slamming it shut behind her.